Right, this belt's coming off.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an autumn favourites video. There's a little bit of makeup, there's a little bit of skincare, hair care and a few new products that I've been using that I think are helping me this time of year. I don't know about you, but my skin goes a little bit more sensitive in autumn winter. I have to change up bits of makeup that I'm using and skincare to sort of match the weather, because otherwise my skin can look quite crepey and it can react a little bit as well, especially around my eye area. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but if you do, you'll have seen that last week I suffered really badly. My eye completely swelled up and I had a lot of dry skin on my eyelids, and I have been told that it could be to do with hormonal changes, but then I know that skin issues at this time of year are really common. So I thought I would just talk you through a few bits and bobs that I've been using. My skin isn't all that, but I will show you just because I think they are helping me with my skin this time of year. So I hope that you enjoy this video. I would absolutely love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for more videos. Today's video should have been the toy box tutorial, but I'm just waiting on a couple of little bits to finish it off. So I thought instead of uploading nothing, I'm just gonna bring forward one of the videos that I had planned anyway. First thing I'm going to talk about is the Body Shop Vitamin C Daily Glow Cleansing Polish. Now, I started using this a couple of weeks ago, and the reason that I'm including it in my favourites video is because I literally felt like I'd just been born after using that once. It made me feel like somebody had given me a good old slap around the chops, like woke me up. I feel like it would be a really nice face wash for as soon as you wake up in the morning, but I had to stop using this only because I don't know whether it's this that set off my dry skin around my eyes. It does say be careful around the eye area, but I'm a bit stupid and maybe it got near my eyes, I don't know. If you don't suffer with super sensitive skin, you'd probably be okay with this, and it is a really nice product, and that's why I'm including it in my favourites, even though I can't really use it at the moment just because I'm trying to work out what it is that has set it off, and this is the only new thing really that I've started using. If you do suffer from sensitive skin, you might have seen videos from this lady. She's called Dr. Dre, not the rapper. It's D-R-A-Y, and she's on YouTube and she talks all about sensitive skin. She's a dermatologist, and she says that vitamin C can be something that aggravates eczema on your eyes or can cause it. So I think I'm gonna have to stop using that for now, but I'm definitely keeping it, and I will start using it when the weather gets a bit better towards spring, because it is amazing. It's for dull, tired and grumpy skin, and it actually did just that. It woke my skin up. It made me feel as though my skin had a little bit more life to it, and if you suffer with dull skin, it doesn't matter how much makeup you put on, you always feel like you just look a bit lifeless, and that really helped with that. So I would recommend that, but maybe you could ask for a little tester pot of it before buying it, because it's around the £10 mark, which is not the cheapest for just a face wash. I've actually gone back to, in fact, let me go and get it, I'll show you. Yeah, so for the time being, I've switched back to my simple face wash. This is about £3 or £4 to buy, but it's really kind to your skin. It's got nothing in it, no harsh chemicals, no alcohol, no parabens. I just know that this doesn't react with my skin. It doesn't give the brightening effect that does, but for an everyday face wash, that's really good. I think what we'll do is we'll do all skincare first, and then I'll move on to hair and then my other little bits. I've been using these now since April, and they are really good. As you can see, you only need to use a tiny little bit, and I've still got loads of the cleanser left. These are from the Aloe range in the Body Shop. I started using the Aloe range just after having my breast cancer surgery. My sister bought me the body cream because it had nothing harsh in it, but it's also really good for taking redness down, and it's good for any burns. So with having radiotherapy to that area and having surgery and everything, it was just a really nice thick moisturising balm. I think that's what they called it, a balm. And then because I've got quite a lot of red in my skin anyway, and it is quite sensitive, this is really good because it is a calming product. So what I would usually do is take my makeup off, and then I would go in with my cleanser, my toner, at night time when I was taking my makeup off. And I think that these are two really good products, and they are quite moisturising as well, so good for this time of year. But they are made especially for sensitive skin, so if you do have sensitive skin, I would definitely recommend them. So moisturiser, you might have seen that recently I've been using this one, and I think it's quite new because I'm used to using Simple products, but I hadn't seen this up until a couple of weeks ago when I bought it. I'd ran out of my Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream, which is a brilliant everyday moisturiser, but it is a little bit more pricey. This was about £6, and although it looks like a tiny bottle, you don't need much of it. A little goes a long, long way. So it's called the Daily Skin Detox, and you can actually use this as a primer under your makeup, which is what I've been doing recently. Yeah, the reason I'm putting this in my favourites is because I really like it. I mean, to be fair, if I don't get the Ultra Facial Cream off Tom for Christmas, then I will be investing in it myself after Christmas, and I will just use this now and again because I do love the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. It's a luxury product, and it's worth the money. It's about £25, but it lasts ages. But for now, this is what I'm using, and I really like it, and it isn't causing any breakouts or anything, so that's a good one. Next with skin. Okay, so this is something that I will always replace when it runs out. I've had about 3 bottles of this since I first started using it, which was about 18 months to 2 years ago, I would say. It's the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate. This is about £20 as well. I've never known this to cause me any problems before, to be honest. It's got essential oils in it. I think lavender is definitely one of the oils in it because it smells like lavender. So it's just really nice for putting on your skin at night time. It feels like a luxury product. They sell this in most Selfridges, and what they do is they have little sachets of it. So if you buy another product from Kiehl's, you could probably ask to try that and see how you get on with it. But I'm sure if you went over to the counter and just said you were thinking about buying it, but you want to see how your skin reacts to it first, please can you just try a sachet of it. Honestly, the first time I used this, I put it on my face about a week before going to the races, and I think one sachet, the little bit that you got in one sachet, lasted me 2 nights in a row, and I went and bought it straight away because my skin, I saw such a difference in it the first time I used it. I don't know whether you'll think that or not. I don't usually get sucked into high-end products really. I love my Real Techniques makeup brushes, and I probably won't move away from them. And I love cheap skincare, but I think Kiehl's is one of those things where you do actually see a difference in your skin. I think this is just a really nice product to put on your skin at night time, so I would definitely recommend that. I have tried this before, and I've spoken about it on Instagram before. I actually got a tester pot of this from the Body Shop because I wanted to see how my skin reacted to it. It is a little bit pricey, and it is the Himalayan Charcoal Purifying Glow Mask. This smells incredible. When it's got like a menthol sort of scent to it, and I was thinking, whoa, like what if that's really, really harsh, and I try it and my skin absolutely hates it, and it's like £17. So she gave me a tiny little pot of it, and I absolutely loved it. So I thought, do you know what, I'm going to invest in this. It's £17, but I know at the minute they've got an offer on where you can buy all 4 of the face masks in this range for £35. Now I didn't want to do that because I don't use face masks that often. It says that you should use this 2 to 3 times a week. I use it once all over my face a week, and then I will just put a little bit on my T-zone one of the other day, like 3 days later. I'll use it 2 days a week because I don't want it to run out really quickly because it is quite expensive and I'm a bit tight. It's 100% vegan. Body Shop do not test on animals, which is another good thing about the brand. And I do really love Body Shop products. As you can tell, I've already mentioned a few. I think that's all I've got in this favourites video, but yeah, this is a really, really good mask, especially if you have got dry skin, because it's as if it takes the top layer of your skin off, so you feel like you've had a facial once you've used this, and your makeup just goes on a lot nicer. It also gets rid of all the oil out of your pores, and I feel like my pores look a lot smaller when I've used this. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. It's really, really good, and it smells amazing as well. In fact, I got the Body Shop foundation brush, this and this on 3 for 2, so I think the foundation brush was £9, so I didn't pay for either that one or the foundation brush. They usually have 3 for 2 offers on those, so have a look on the website. So this is a little bit of a random one. This was actually gifted to me, and it came in a charity bag full of little goodies from the charity called the Eve Appeal. Now, if you don't know what the Eve Appeal do, they raise awareness of gynecological cancers, so they are spreading awareness of the symptoms all of the time, and they do loads of different campaigns. Something that I really want to get into in the new year is doing some volunteering for the charities that have helped me out. In one of the campaigns, they were sponsored by all these different makeup and skincare brands. Vaseline, I think, sponsored it, and this company as well, which is it's called Nails and London. I have no idea how much this is. I'm sure Boots stock it, but it's a cuticle oil, and it twists up like that and the oil comes out, and what I do is I rub it on my cuticles at night time before bed. This one is lemon and eucalyptus, and it really, really works. What you could do if you didn't want to buy this is you could get some coconut oil, because I've done that in the past and that's worked as well really nicely. But at the minute I'm using this one, and I think it's a good product to invest in because of sponsoring the Eve Appeal, which is a charity that I think a lot of. I think that's a really good product, really, really nice, nourishing on your nails. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is this soap. It's the Purrs soap. So the makeup artist that did my makeup for the wedding, she was like that close to me, and I was thinking, the whole time I was just thinking, oh my god, how the hell have you got brows like that? Because I could see that it wasn't microblading or anything, it was actual hair, and all of her hair was stuck up, like kind of like that, because I have put a little bit on today. But look, does your hair do that when you just use a spoolie? You run a spoolie, this brush is just from Primark, you run it over the soap, which is I think £1 per bar of soap. It's not expensive at all, you can get it in Home Bargains, anywhere. And you literally run it on the soap and then do that, and it stiffens up all your eyebrow hair. Like, mine need trimming really, really badly, but can you see there how it's just, it stiffens up your eyebrow hair, but it doesn't really leave any product in, and it gives that sort of like laminated, fluffy look to your eyebrows. My eyebrows are naturally quite hideous, to be fair, but I'm growing them out to try and get them to be like nice and fluffy. If you look at Jamie Genevieve's video, she's got a soap brow tutorial, and it gives that really natural, fluffy looking brow, but I thought I would share that with you because in case you don't know about it, it's something that's been around for absolutely ages, but recently, instead of using my Anastasia dip brow and making my eyebrows really thick and dark, I've just sort of been tinting my eyebrows myself, leaving them to grow out and just running some of that through it, and I think it looks much more natural. Yeah, I look a bit like I've stuck my fingers in a plug socket right now, but I thought I would share it with you anyway. Maybe you could give it a go. If you've got better eyebrows than me, then it might look better on you. Right, so the next three things I'm just going to club together because it's all hair care, and I got these on 3 for 2. So the first thing is this hair growth scalp scrub. I don't know about you, but in autumn, winter, my scalp goes a little bit dry and flaky. Yes, I know, I'm telling the world I've got dandruff. I know, minging. But this exfoliates your scalp, it unblocks hair follicles, increases root productivity to help hair grow longer. I'm really trying at the minute to make my hair grow faster, because if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I lost all the top section of my hair when I had chemo and all the underneath as well. It's actually doing really well at the minute. I finished chemo Easter last year, so what's that, around about 18 months ago, and that is how long my hair is now on top, because that was completely bald. I will insert a picture of what my hair looked like just when I finished chemo. So say like May time last year, April, May last year, I had no hair on the top of my head. So you can see it's grown really fast. I don't know whether it's down to this or not. My hair does naturally grow quite fast anyway, but I do love what this does. I do feel like it stimulates your roots a little bit. It smells really nice, and I use it alongside this other hair growth treatment. So you just take like sort of like a little scoop of it and put it on the ends of your hair between your shampoo and your conditioner, and that smells really nice too, and it just makes your hair really nice and soft when you blow dry it. So that's the hair growth treatment, the scalp scrub, and then last I got the Lee Stafford Bleach Blonde Hot Shots, which are really good for taking any brassiness out of your hair and brightening it up. I only wash my hair once a week, so I would probably use this once every 2 weeks, once every other wash, just to give it a nice brighten up, especially if I'm going somewhere special and I haven't had time or the money to go to the hairdressers. I will use this and it will put all the nice icy blonde tones back in my hair. I really recommend them. Just don't leave them on for more than 10 minutes because you will end up with a pink tinge to your hair, which actually does look really nice, to be fair, but if you don't want it to cling and turn your hair pink, then don't leave it on too long. But yeah, these are really good. I tried both the Cool Shots, which are in a purple packaging, and these are better, definitely. Next thing I want to talk about hair wise is this coconut hot oil. This is really good for when your hair has been, when you've had a lot of heat on your hair or something. You can use these when you wash it. You just pop it in some hot water, and then when you're washing your hair you just put it all over. It just makes it nice and shiny, and takes any frizz out of it. It's got avocado oil in it, apricot oil, grapeseed oil, I don't know how you say that. I don't know how you say the next one. Is it jojoba or jojoba? I don't know. And rosemary leaf oil. My mum used to buy these all the time and I used to nick them off her as a teenager. These are actually from Home Bargains and they are £1.99. You get 4 in a pack. Yeah, you get 4 in a pack, so around 50p per oil, which I think is really good. Again, you can use coconut oil on your hair as well, and that's a really nice natural way of getting a bit of moisture back in your hair. While we're on the subject of hair, I'm just going to show you these. You get these from Primark, and they are the stretchy, clear bobbles that do not leave any kinks in your hair. They don't snag, they don't break your hair. They're just really gentle and definitely worth £1 investing in these. You'll usually find them in obviously the hair accessory part of Primark, but also they have them near the tills as well, and I usually just pick them up when I walk past. I lose these all the time, but yeah, they are really good. If I haven't mentioned already, I've got sensitive skin, which means that bath bombs and things like that are out of the question. Since having cervical cancer anyway, I'm a bit like about putting stuff in my bath, like fragrance bath bombs and things like that. I just find them really irritating down below. I just don't think using anything perfumed in your bath is a good idea anyway. Nothing to do with cancer, mainly to do with disrupting the pH balance and things like that, which can cause infection and all sorts of stuff. Loads of people use bath bombs and they don't have a problem whatsoever, but I've always been a bit funny about putting stuff like that down below. It's never really agreed with me without me going into too much detail. So I use the simple moisturising bath cream. This is also from Home Bargains, and I can't remember how much I pay for this now, but I always I always use this. I just stocked up on a new one. This was 89p, so less than £1. It's a really big bottle. It's got nothing harsh in it, no soap, no harsh chemicals, no artificial perfume or colour, no animal derived ingredients. It can be a bit depressing when you've got really sensitive skin and you want a nice bubble bath. This actually bubbles up, but it's really sensitive on your skin, so I would definitely recommend that. For 89p, you can't go wrong. It doesn't have any scent to it, but it has a little bit of chamomile oil in it, natural chamomile oil in that. But yeah, if you suffer with anything, any kind of skin problems, but you want to put something nice and nourishing in your bath that makes you feel like you're not just bathing in plain H2O, then give that a whack. It's actually really good. This isn't really skincare, but it helps me in autumn winter to feel a bit more alive. I don't know about you, but I have got corned beef skin. I say it all the time, it's true. I've got really veiny, pale skin, but I've not got the nice, like, English rose type pale skin. If I did, I would probably embrace being pale, but actually I'm really veiny. My skin has that horrible, like, mottled look to it. It always has done. And so in autumn winter, I think in general we all feel a bit more crap about ourselves, and we're covering up all the time anyway, so it's easy to just chuck on a jumper and not be bothered about fake tan. But definitely I think just having a bit of a glow can make you feel a lot better about yourself. And the tan that I keep going back to is the Bondi Sands Ultra Dark. You can see this is very well used, so much so that the label's coming off. I do switch up my fake tans quite often. I've gone through stages of using products that claim to leave your bed sheets completely clean, which they do whilst your tan's developing. Don't get me wrong, these ones that claim to do that do leave your bed sheets nice and clean, but once you've had the tan on for a couple of days and you've been in bed, you will find that as your tan comes off, it does transfer onto your bed sheets. I find it might be completely different for you, but I don't find that this does that as much. Yeah, fair enough, if you go to bed with this on, you're going to wake up with orange bed sheets, you definitely are, but it actually develops really fast. So say for instance, my tan day is usually a Thursday, so I will usually have a bath or a shower or whatever on a Thursday at about 6 o'clock, apply the tan, and then by 10 o'clock I can wash it off and I've got a really nice dark tan. But this is amazing for if you're going on a night out. Honestly, it's the best tan in the world. If you do like a more natural looking tan, this might not be the one for you, and I wouldn't recommend one because I usually use this one, so I wouldn't just say no, go and buy whatever, because I don't actually know. I'm not just never going to move away from this. It's just what I think at the minute is the nicest one that I've used. Let me know if you know of a better tan than this, because it isn't the cheapest. It's about £16-17 or something in Boots. Please let me know if you have any tans that you can recommend that are actually better than this, and preferably cheaper. I'm always trying to save a little bit of money, especially leading up to Christmas. One of the things I wanted to mention as well is I've talked a lot about, sorry, my head is properly cut off, isn't it? Sorry if that's been really annoying throughout the whole video. I've talked a lot about the Body Shop products. Now at the tills in the Body Shop, don't shy away from having a look at the little tubs that have got samples in them. Be a little bit cheeky and be like, oh, what's that? And the assistant will always go, oh, take one, they're free samples, because you're buying something and they want you to try out the products anyway. Don't feel like you can't pick them up. In fact, do you know what I do? I have a look and I go, oh, there's two different ones here. Oh, like, act surprised about it. And then 9 times out of 10 they'll go, oh, we'll take both, see which one you like best. And I'm like, really? Oh, I had no idea you were going to say that to me. Thank you so much. Anyway, this is a pear butter and this one is warm vanilla butter, and I keep these in my handbag so if my hands are a little bit dry I will put a little bit on. Now and again, I'm obsessed. Are you not obsessed with going past the Body Shop? I cannot go past without getting one of those little spatulas and just rubbing myself in everything. In general, I'm happy to try anything from the Body Shop because I do trust a lot of their products and none of them really make me break out or make me react, and my hands don't tend to be that sensitive anyway, so I can try whatever really on them. I pick those up and I will stick them in my handbag and just take them everywhere with me. especially throughout the winter months when it's cold and you are much more susceptible to getting chapped skin and dry skin and all the rest of it. On my lips, I have no idea where it's gone. It's probably in one of my handbags, but I just use Vaseline and I take that everywhere with me and just keep topping it up to try and keep my lips moisturised, because I do get really dry lips. And is there anything worse than when you've got dry lips in the winter and someone makes you laugh and your lips splits open? It is probably the most agonising thing in the whole entire world. Last but not least, I'm just going to mention a couple of makeup products. Now, look at me. I'm not that great at makeup, to be fair. I try my best. I try and buy a few nice products here and there. A mixture of high-end and a mixture of high street. Probably more high street than high-end. But there are two products that I really, really like. And this is a really nice wintry lip liner. It is the Spice MAC lip liner. Do you know what this goes really nice with? The NYX London matte lip cream. That is really nice. That isn't what I've got on right now. I've got some Rimmel lipstick on. A nude shade. But if you didn't want to spend the money on the MAC one, and the only reason I did really is because I needed it for my wedding, because that was part of my wedding lip combo, and I knew that the makeup artist was going to be using this on me, so I wanted it for topping up during the day. But it does go on really, really nicely, and I feel like I can do my lip liner a lot better with this pencil. Shade wise though, I would definitely recommend the Rimmel lip liners. There's one called Tiramisu, which is incredible. It's the most gorgeous nude colour lip liner ever. I've actually run out of it, but I'm going to get it again. It's amazing. NYX also do, I think, a dupe of this, because the packaging is pretty much the same. It's called Suede Lip Liner. But yeah, definitely Rimmel lip liners are good as a cheap alternative if you didn't want to spend the money on MAC. But this is probably one. It's a bit battered and a bit grubby, but it is the MAC Soft and Gentle. It's just really nice, and I take this out on every single night out. If your makeup throughout the night is starting to look a bit crappy, if you just take a brush and dab this sort of like underneath your eyes where you would set your makeup and as a highlight, it makes you look like your makeup has just been done all over again. One of my friends put this on me on a night out, and then that's what made me go and buy it, and I've never looked back. It is definitely my favourite highlighter ever. But again, please let me know in the comments if you have anything that you've seen in today's favourites that you thought, I've tried that but I've also tried this and it's better. Please let me know in the comments, because I'm always trying to find new things, preferably cheaper things. I'm no expert when it comes to skincare and makeup anyway. I'm just showing you the products that I'm using and what I think is working for me throughout these autumn winter months. But if you have any recommendations, again, please don't forget to leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to have a little look through later on and see what you all recommend. So yeah, that's this week's video done. I hope that you really enjoyed it. If you have any questions whatsoever, or you want to have a little chat about anything, feel free to slide into my DMs on Instagram or leave comments down below. I would love to hear from you all, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, because honestly, each subscriber, when I get a notification saying I've got a new subscriber, it honestly means the absolute world to me. And I will see you next week, and I promise you I will be bringing you the toy box tutorial. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Have a lovely week, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah.